In the last video, I just showed you that isometric invariance can be okay for the new fidelity function, but in reality it was not really complete because it was not for all isometries, and we're gonna see why. There is two cases in reality. So in reality, if we check about it, like there is a first step that we made before. It's like first we just need to prove that fx of y is inferior to fvx v dagger vy v dagger. And so if we take like w, the admissible point of fxy, it means we have ywx being semi-positive definite, and if we choose to find to take w this is equal to vw v dagger, and that we apply a unitary transformation about it, so we can retrieve it. We just get into this is equal just to vy v dagger, w this, and vx v dagger. Because symmetry is preserved under unitary transformation, it just means that this new matrix is semi-positive definite. So w this is an admissible point for the problem. Admissible point for vx v dagger vy v dagger. And so yeah. And so because it's an admissible point, that this is the sep, it just means that we have trace of w this is equal to the trace of v dagger. It's just a trace of w, and so it's okay, and we can just write that f of vx v dagger vy v dagger is prior to the new function of xy. So that's the first sense that we proved less remarked earlier in a more beautiful way in my point of view. So the second sense, which we already proved, was that vx v dagger vy v dagger is inferior to f of xy. And so reciprocally, if we have w having being an admissible point, then we can just write this, and if we effectuate the change by multiplied by u dagger and by u, we just find that this, and where we get back after in the first case. And so it will just prove that it's also an admissible point for the initial stuff. And so as we see, w is an admissible point for the initial problem, and so we just have that f xy is superior to f vx v dagger vy v dagger, and we just proved the equality on the two sense now, so yeah, we can write that fxy is equal to f vx v dagger vy v dagger. But that was just the first case. In the second case, where v is in isometry, it doesn't squared, so it means v dagger is different of I. then the first inequality saying that f of the xv dagger vyv dagger is equal to f of xy is still true, because it's only used property like v dagger v equal I for the consideration of the trace and when the change of variable were applied. So it's okay for any isometry, but in the second one we just have that. So for this one, f of the x v dagger vy v dagger inferior to f x y, we need to change. So if we had like w dash being admissible point for the fidelity transform, if we decompose the space by h equal image of v, third image of v dagger orthogonal, we have transformable can be written as like vy v dagger 0 0 0 x v dagger equal x 0 0 dagger 0 0 0, and so on w stuff it just all of them w 0 0 0 w 1 1 w 2 2 w 0 1 1 0 precise. And so the data constraints about it just give us this stuff of y 0 0 0 x 0 0 0 0 0 0 and w 0 0 0 w 0 1 w 1 0 w 1 1 same here 0 0 1 0 0 1 and 1 1. If we extract like the submatrices corresponding of diagonal blocks that are being null in themselves, then you have this one, then you just have like that semi-positive definity force all the private block outside of the image of V to be null. So basically we have like w0 1 equals 0, w1 0 equals 0, and w1 1 equals 0. So yeah, that's it. And we only have w0 0 left. And so because only w0 0 is left, we can pose w v dagger v to eliminate properly all the surplus of space. We get the original constraint being y equal y, x being semi-positive definite, and so the equality of the x dagger, y dagger, f of xy is now like demonstrated, and so we basically finished the proof of the isometric invariance for any isometry V for the new fidelity function.